amazing. I died. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the Alter Ego Report. I'm John Griffin.
I'm Lynn.
I am sorry. I'm a little out of uniform. It's late.
We're both a mess.
Perfectly honest with you. But we just got out of seeing Spider-Man Homecoming, and we needed to knock this review out for you guys, and this movie's amazing. This movie's amazing. It's great.
It was perfect.
It's great. It can't be perfect. It can't be.
I know, but I've been thinking, trying to figure out where I could pick it apart and say, well, this could have been better. That was a little boring.
Nah.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
Nope. Anyway, this movie is directed by Jon Watts. It stars Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., Michael Keaton, and Marisa Tomei as Aunt May has been.
Mm-hmm.
It picks up a few months, or almost actually immediately after the events of Civil War. Peter's going back to high school. He's trying to readjust to kind of... It's almost like an origin story without us having to watch his origin story. Like, he's Spider-Man, but he's not Spider-Man yet, and he's having to deal with the fact that he's
still baby Spider-Man.
He's baby Spider-Man. He's not really on Tony and the Avengers level, so he's kind of low-key. But after Michael Keaton's character, Adrian Toomes, gets kind of screwed over by Tony Stark, and he starts collecting alien hardware to upgrade his weaponry and kind of sell them on the black market, we are introduced to the Vulture.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, I loved Michael Keaton in this movie.
He was scary.
He does your classic, like, he doesn't really yell, and he's not in your face, but he calmly squints his Michael Keaton wrinkly face and says, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you dead. And it is terrifying. And, like, how I was, like, scared and laughing at the same time.
I was laughing throughout this whole movie.
I love this movie is hilarious. The reason we talked about this, the reason it's funny throughout the whole movie.
You laugh at the whole thing.
But
it's basically a comedy.
It doesn't seem overwhelmingly like too comedic. It's because it's perfectly written.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfectly written high school movie, and the director Jon Watts said he wanted to make a modern day John Hughes movie and just have Spider-Man in it, and he did. Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is mentioned or referenced a couple of times in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
The story is simple enough. I mean, I actually like the story the best because it's self-contained. There's a legitimate danger, but it's localized. The fate of the world does not hang on the hands of a 15-year-old Spider-Man yet, which is very smart by Marvel and Sony. But I got to talk about the main star of this movie. Tom Holland is perfect, and what I cannot stress, perfectly cast as Spider-Man. He's as well cast as Spider-Man as Robert Downey Jr. is as Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see him as Spider-Man for the next 20 years.
He was perfect. Spot on. His acting was brilliant.
There are scenes in this movie where he's hilarious, he's awkward,
then you have the heart. You could feel the struggle of this teenage boy, this 15-year-old boy, trying to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, there were a couple of scenes in particular that I really loved about this movie where the fact that he's 15 really hits home. He is a kid who's getting way over his head, and Tom Holland knocked it out of the park. Also, Robert Downey Jr.
is not heavy in this movie.
We were kind of worried about that.
It was
going to be Iron Man heavy, but it's more than a cameo. He's not just like one or two scenes. He's in a few scenes. They're not long, and he's not mailing in this performance. He's not phoning this in. He is at his Tony Stark goodness A game with this thing.
So not just Tom Holland being amazing, the entire supporting cast was so spot on. Everybody was so well casted. The best friend, Ned
was
that
great.
We all saw from the trailers. He was so
super funny. Yeah.
Like, all the jokes that he had were... He nailed all of them.
Yeah, not one misses.
It was
not
perfect.
one misses.
Yeah, it was so
what
good.
was the other girl's name? Famous girl. You know her. Zendaya.
Yeah.
She has a small role in this movie, but she's pretty hilarious.
She's very funny.
She
reminded me of myself in high school.
Yeah, I bet she did. All frowny and grumpy and flipping people off. That's probably you. Now,
I was a mad girl.
One thing, they did a different interpretation than we've ever seen of Flash Thompson.
Okay.
I'm on the fence whether I didn't dislike it in the movie itself. Just it actually has greater implications on the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I'm curious as to how they'll play that out.
I guess we'll see.
Now, the action in this movie is nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing you haven't probably seen a Spider-Man movie do, but it's just the combination of how they film the action, the acting between Michael Keaton and Tom Holland, combined with the score. Everything felt I felt the weight of everything. The scene in all the trailers with the splitting of the Staten Island ferry and him sitting there pulling everything together. I bought that hard. He was struggling, but it's all because Tom Holland just sells everything. So even though the action wasn't groundbreaking, I felt the weight of everything, and I thought the action was really fun. So we both really, really enjoyed this movie. There's not a ton I can think of to say negative about it.
No.
I know it's not perfect. It's not a perfect movie, but for the life of me,
it is the best Spider-Man we've ever gotten.
By far, it is. It's the best Spider-Man movie ever. I can't for the life of me at this time. Maybe we'll revisit it. I can't think of a negative. The only negatives I could possibly point to have nothing to do with the story. It has nothing to do with any of the character motivations or actions. It has to do with a couple of characters and who they may be and how Marvel is handling it.
Okay.
I can't get into it without spoiling anything, so I won't do it.
So we won't talk about it.
But that might be my only complaint, but that's not the movie. That doesn't affect the movie as the whole. So I really can't think of any negatives right now.
Not at this point.
The final shot of this movie
It is so good.
Fantastic.
You're like,
It might be, if not the best final shot of any of the Marvel movies, it's up there with like maybe Age of Ultron, where Cap almost says Avengers Assemble, and like everybody was like, it's kind of like that. And then also,
I liked it better than that. I was like,
it's
I was in my chair.
Really,
I was like,
that's why I said it might be one. It might be the best final shot of any of the Marvel movies. 2 after credit scenes.
The second one.
The first one's good.
The second one is like amazing.
The final after, not the mid credit, the final after credit scene is hands down
the best.
The best after credit scene of any of the Marvel movies
ever.
It's amazing. I died. Yeah. I died. It was fantastic. So even though we both know this can't be a perfect movie, it can't be, but we liked the score, we liked the action, we liked the characters, we liked the humor, we liked the heart. We liked the heart between the characters.
We liked the struggle.
We love Tom Holland. We love Robert Downey Jr. I love Michael Keaton. Finally, another Marvel movie where the villain is not weak. He's not a weak villain. He's not a Yellow Jacket from Ant-Man. He's Michael Keaton. He's great.
He's scary.
So even though it can't be a perfect movie,
it is.
It is. A 10?
10?
That's a 10.
It's a 10.
I'm going to give it a 10.
It's a solid 10.
We both give Spider-Man 10s perfect scores.
And we are super looking forward to years and years of Tom Holland Spider-Man. It's going to be so good.
I've been hanging on to that 10 for a long time, and to be honest with you, it feels good to unload it. 10.
Well, thanks for watching our review, guys. Go out right now and watch it. Even before you hit like and comment and subscribe.
Yeah, because obviously you're going to
go ahead and do
things.
that. Just go watch Spider-Man right now. And then you can head over to our website. Yeah,
do that. Yeah, website. I'm sorry. At alteregoreport.com. Movie reviews, video game reviews, comic reviews. We just gave this movie a 10.
We gave it a 10.